How's it going, everybody? It's Scrape Town back on the video for you guys. Today we're going to be talking about Update 4.2 for Battlefield 2042. I know I'm a little late with this one, but as you can tell by my voice, I've been feeling a little under the weather and I've been busy with some other things as well. But I really want to talk about this update because I've really been enjoying it. So first we're going to be talking about the rework for the map Discarded. This is one of the worst maps in my opinion in the game, and this new rework has literally changed it into one of the best in all of Battlefield. Straight from their website, they wrote the focus of our Discarded rework was to make the infantry gameplay more enjoyable and accessible, which they absolutely have in my opinion. They've added more flags and moved the other ones closer to the main combat area. Routes have also improved, mainly in areas such as salvage yards, which have had some more debris added to the area and more destructible houses. The antenna objective has had its flag moved closer to the flooded village, and disassembled hull has had cover added, such as some hard cover and smoke. So this is my personal opinion of this map, that it's one of the best in all of Battlefield right now. The majority of my time in Battlefield has been on Flashpoint, and this map will overtake it. It's so much better. I think the pacing, the spacing, the ambience, the new cover added, everything is so much better with this map. Everything works perfectly with it. The fact that so many of the houses and the higher objectives can be destroyed adds so much more and reminds me a lot of old Battlefield. One of my favorite parts about this map is how it feels. It feels like there's really a war happening, as opposed to the other maps where I feel like it's just like, oh, we're fighting now here, and there's not really like a global conflict happening. From the destroyed tanks to the destroyed buildings and all that kind of stuff, it really adds a lot of depth to where you're fighting in, and I really think it adds to the game a lot. And so many times I've played and I've had like 10, 15, 20 guys near me all running from the topmost objectives in the flooded area down to the salvage boat, and it just feels so cool running with a whole bunch of people trying to take over that wall and trying to get past it to the enemy objectives. It feels like a real Battlefield moment, and I think that's really what 2042 has been missing. The map is small enough and also big enough that vehicle play can dominate in some areas, but infantry dominates in a lot of the other areas. Like I said before, a lot of times you'd have to run a long distance to get to the next objective, and in that time you're killed by a sniper or killed by a tank or a helicopter or something stupid like that. It doesn't happen as much anymore. Sure, there's still a lot of tanks and stuff like that, but the map is so consolidated into these main combat areas that the infantry can really take control of a lot of the fights that go on in this map. So these are just some cliff notes from the change log, basically. I'm not going to read them all off because there's so many. I'm just going to read the main ones that I think are the most important off. There's been some HUD improvements for the weapon customization screen. One of the better improvements came in the end of round changes. The new personal best end squad screen is a nice improvement, so it shows like your personal best for kills or personal best for vehicle damage, something like that. And during the end of the round, you can skip that awful 30-second end timer where you just sit there and stare at the battle pass, and they've also improved the chat function. One of my favorite changes is they've changed the Liz mastery requirement. They have changed it from needing 10 kills with a rocket launcher in order to get the next level of medal or whatever, to 10 kills and assists with a rocket launcher. So if you hit a helicopter and then someone else destroys it and like 7 people are killed in it in the process, then you get 7 assists for it, which is great. It's such a nice change, I think. Doors that were previously controlled by the enemy team will now automatically open upon getting close to them, rather than having to hold the interact button. That's nice, I think. You don't have to hold that annoying square button to open up doors and force them open. Sundance Mastery now correctly tracks assists on destroyed enemy vehicles for smart explosives. Dozer's ballistic shield will no longer deflect/ricochet Sundance scatter grenades. Soldiers will now be spotted on the minimap upon firing the following: smoke grenade launcher, SPH launcher, recoilless M5, the javelin, and the FXM33, so you'll get spotted if you shoot any of those. Improved HUD visibility across different screen settings. The repair tool will now display the overheated UI element correctly, and there has been an issue fixed where you couldn't pick up C5 or a claymore placed near or inside bushes. So some portal changes for your portal players: improved consistency of the vault weapon attachments, corrected recoil modifiers across Bad Company 2 weapons, and you can now switch between fire modes in the AN94. For weapons in general, tracers are not longer present in subsonic ammo when equipped to the MP28. The Super 500 will now display a prompt reload option when running low on ammo. So here are some weapon attachment changes. The MTAR-21 suppressor no longer deals more damage than the default suppressors. The extended barrel now affects the rate of fire when customized on the PP-29. The K30 magazines will now display the correct rate of fire within the collection screen. The RM68 canted iron sights no longer clips through the camera when firing in an ADS with a 2.5 times scope. And some massive vehicle changes. These are going to be great for the game. Increased damage of heavy projectiles towards transport vehicles in general, which is great. Radar missiles now ignore targets that are below radar. I don't ever fly in vehicles, so I don't know how that changes, but that must be nice. The MI-240 Superhind takes 20% more damage from all projectiles, which is awesome, and the MV-38 Condor takes 10% more damage from all projectiles. So both of those are such welcome changes to the game. The MAV's 50mm cannon now visibly shows recoil. Fixed an issue that was causing missiles from the EBAA Wildcat to not hit enemy helicopters, as well as AA missiles not being able to hit helicopters. And stealth helicopters can now be locked onto when hit by tracer darts, even in stealth mode. And finally, the 40mm incendiary grenade launcher visual effects on the CAB Brawler now matches the affected area. All in all, I think this is one of the better updates for Battlefield in general, in the sense of the map rework and the vehicle damage in a lot of ways. Like I said before, I think that Discarded will be one of the best maps in the game now. Overall, I really don't think there's any issues with it personally. There's been some tank camping I've encountered in it, but there's tank camping in every single map in Battlefield, so take that with what you will. I really enjoy the rework of the salvaged boat. That's really awesome, and also the wall that separates, I assume it's like a seawall that separates the road from the beach. That is such a fun place to fight in, and is really, really intense. All in all, I really like this new update. I hope you guys too as well, because this map really is great, and these changes overall really are awesome as well. Leave a comment down below saying what you guys want to see changed in Battlefield next, and what you enjoy the most about this update. If you like this video, you thought it was helpful or interesting in any way, please consider subscribing or leaving a like. Anything like that, anything helps, and I really appreciate you guys watching. This is Scrapetown, and I'll see you next time.